You're a football player. That's what you are. Do you come from a football family?
Yes, sir. So my dad played football in college, but he played at William & Mary. That's kind of who got me started. Kind of got him from there.
All right, so you're a backer. Your first 3 seasons, you appeared in 38 games, 116 tackles, 5 sacks. We can go on and on about the stats, but we know stats don't matter on Saturday. You got to win games. How do you feel going into this season with the new DC?
I feel great, and we've been given such a great opportunity, such a great platform this offseason to really lead. We got this new strength coach that's come in and done an amazing job to get us prepared to this point, and we're building a culture of excellence so that we never do have a season like we had last year.
I missed the blue and gold game. I wasn't there, but what do you glean by watching a spring football game? What do you learn from that? Did you see improvement? Did you see anything different?
Yeah, and I think it's a culmination of the entire spring. You get a new defensive scheme in there, and there are going to be mistakes, but it's who's going out there and playing as fast as you can, going around and making some plays and getting some chemistry as a defense.
So now what? Now that you're done with spring drills, it's just lifting weights and what else?
Yeah, so it's just lifting weights. We got to finish out the year academically, and then we get a couple weeks off, and we're right back here for the summer for summer classes and working out, and then it gets into fall camp, and then it's the season.
So when you're taking summer courses, are you on pace to graduate in less than 4 years? How does that work?
So most people graduate in 3.5 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that last semester, you can leave?
So the guys that aren't trying to play, they just kind of take a reduced schedule.
Sure.
So maybe take 1 or 2 classes, and then the guys that are training to go play will take that whole semester to train, get ready for the combine, pro day, stuff like that.
It's really become a 365-day routine, hasn't it? It's
Yes,
no
sir.
longer go home for the summer, come back and make sure you're in. You got to stay in shape, and they want you here in shape.
Exactly.
So does most of the team do exactly that?
Yeah, so most of the guys will go, and like the biggest thing is like getting summer internships or something like that is difficult because we're here. So like most guys will go home and just train for these 3 weeks. So it's actually has become kind of like a entire year-long process.
Dude, did you see that Fighting Irish 40, that 40-yard dash that we ran earlier?
I did not.
20 minutes ago, we had a 40-yard dash at the stadium that featured a few undergrads, a couple grad school students racing against your fellow teammates. Grad school student won.
Yikes. That's not a good look for us.
In fact, we're showing, take a look at here. The guy in blue, if you could see this, Greer, the guy in blue, and I can't figure out if you can find your teammates there, but he beats them at the tape, dude.
See that? Yeah.
You've got to recruit that man.
Guy's fast.
You know what he said he's going to do next year? He said he's trying out for the cheerleaders team. Get him on the football field. Have him run a go route.
I agree.
Do whatever it takes. All right, so you're majoring in finance. What are your plans after graduation?
So, depending on next season, we'll see what happens. I would love to give the NFL a shot, but after that, the next chapter of my life, I would love to get into iBanking or real estate. I think those are the 2 areas that I want to explore a little bit further. And like I said, I haven't had much job experience, just training year round.
Sure.
So,
regarding the NFL, when do you know? Do people get in your ear and say you have a legit chance? Is that something? No matter what anybody says, you're going to pursue? How does it work?
yeah, I think that is a little bit of both. So
Yeah.
you obviously have to be self-motivated, but at the same time, you got to have the film to be able to have a realistic shot.
Who would you pattern yourself after? Who's another Notre Dame linebacker you said, I got that kind of game?
So I think that the guy that I want to pattern the most was actually one of my roommates last year, and was just a hardworking guy, was James Onwalu.
Okay.
Kind of did all the little things right, attention to detail, was an athletic player, and just showed up on Saturdays.
Yeah. When you go through a season as you did, do you dwell on those games? Do you erase them from your memory? How do you approach it?
So for me, I kind of took everyone as a learning experience, but now it's about, that's in the past, how are we going to learn from it and get better? And so, I don't ever think about it. Obviously, there's still a bad taste in our mouth after last season, but, it's all about having a short memory, learning from it, and moving on.
Dude, Greer, one thing I've known about this school, I was here in 91. I was fortunate enough to be in school during the 88 National Championship run. This school has developed such a fine athletic program beyond football. Every other sport is winning championships. It's almost like the pressure's on you guys, isn't it?
Exactly. So, and I mean, everybody looks at Notre Dame kind of like as a football school, but Notre Dame's got such great athletics that it's not that much the case anymore. But the football team definitely wants to be that team still, no doubt.
Do you get a chance to go watch other sports?
Yeah, and I think that something that was great that we implemented this offseason was this SWAT teams, where we basically got tons of points if football team went to other athletic competitions. And so, like, I had a SWAT team that we would go like every week to different athletic competitions.
Everything's a competition at this school. I love it.
It is, yeah.
Now, you doing bookstore basketball? Are you allowed to yet?
No, that's off limits for
Really?
us, yeah.
Wow, back in the day, they let
I
them all
know.
play.
Tons of guys have tried, but that was a hard no this year.
Too many sprained ankles,
Yeah.
focus on football.
Exactly.
All right, so how much time do you have left before finals?
So we have about a week and a half.
Okay, and then you have a chance to go home at all before you return?
Yeah, so I'll go home for 2.5 weeks and hang out with family and train a little bit, and that'll be great.
Greer, it was a pleasure to get to know you, my friend.
Yes, sir.
Good luck on the season. Who do you open up
Thank you,
against?
Sons. Temple.
Temple. Watch out, Owls. Greer Martini right here coming at you.